Hey guys, what's up? This is my review of Mobilize's high-speed 7 ports USB 2.0 hub with 7 power switches and LED lights for laptop, notebook, PC, computer, tablets, black. That's the description that Amazon gives for this product. And as you can see, that is mostly correct. It is black. There are 7 USB ports, and it is for a laptop, notebook, PC, computer, or tablet. I think some tablets have USB ports anyway. I ordered this because if you have a look here, there's quite a few USB cables over here. This one is my external hard drive. This one's my Xbox controller because I'm a pro gamer, and this one's my microphone. And quite frequently, I have to use this, which is my Elgato Game Capture HD for capturing game footage in HD, because again, I'm a pro gamer and I want everyone to see my pro clips. So it's quite busy down there. There's also another USB port taken up by good old Belkin wireless adapter, which swooped in to save the day my computer arrived. Because when it came, the net card was busted. Yay, that's always fun, and it's been doing the job of the busted net card inside the case since I got it in 2013, and I really should work on fixing that because that just looks sad. Anyway, so I was like, okay, so I'll order a big, fairly inexpensive USB hub, and maybe that should have been my first clue that it was going to be bad because it was expensive. Inexpensive, it wasn't very much money at all. It was about £2.35, not even a full £3. Because then if I have one of these, I will have to worry less about swapping cables around all the time, and I can just leave everything plugged in and it'll all work, and I won't have to worry about cable management that much, and it just made sense to get one of these. It was, it's got a pretty good rating. Oh, actually, that's a pretty bad rating. That's 3.5 stars. Ooh. I maybe should have looked at that a bit closer. But, you scroll down and, there are 195 5-star ratings. But then there are 100 1-star ratings as well. So maybe I should have, again, looked at this a bit more closely. Anyway, so what's wrong with it? Well, what's right with it? So this took 2 weeks to get to me. I ordered this at the same time as my external 3 terabyte hard drive, which came in a big box with an external hard drive and a power source, and it's not a small package. It was a big package, but that got to me within a couple of days. This is tiny, right? Okay, here's my phone, right? For comparison, there's my phone. It's not really that much longer than my iPhone, okay? So it's tiny. It came in a really small package. It didn't even come in a box. It came in like, a parcel. And it doesn't fucking work. Like, okay, if we have a look here straight away, we can notice the problem. This USB port is bent. That's broken. You're not plugging anything into there unless you, like, I don't know, dig your fingernail in there and press down really hard and maybe warp it back into shape, but like then you might break it even more. I don't know. So I plugged it in. I plugged it in before I turned the computer on, okay? Because I felt like that was the safe thing to do. I'm not gonna fuck anything up or corrupt anything if I plug this in and I plug everything else in and then I turn the computer on. So I did that and it lit up and nothing connected. And I was like, oh, the lights all came on. I was like, cool. And then I noticed that, the light on my microphone wasn't on, the light on my controller wasn't on, the light on my external hard drive wasn't on. I was like, okay. So I unplugged it and plugged it in again, and it didn't work. So then what I did was I plugged this thing back in, this little one, this little thing here, this thing. I plugged that thing back in, and then I plugged this. I plugged this extension into that extension, and then it worked. And I was like, oh, okay, but even then, my USB, my external hard drive didn't work. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just use one of the other USB ports. And so I did, some tests. I tested my microphone with it, and there was some really noticeable interference on my audio when I recorded. I tested my capture device with it, and I wasn't getting any video on the computer end, and really the only thing that was appearing to be working fine, although I didn't test it, was my controller. And by that point I was quite annoyed that I'd spent any money at all on this. And I tried it in a different USB port, thinking maybe it's just the USB port, and I plugged it in, and no, the capture device was actually worse off when I plugged it into a different USB port. The picture on my TV started flashing, and just to check that my Elgato wasn't playing up, I plugged it back into the old USB port, and it worked absolutely fine. So yeah. All around, this is a disappointing purchase, and it's really hard to establish who the hell is selling or making this thing, because when I look at my orders, it says sold by Blossom first, but then I look at the page and it says sold by Sanin Direct, and then in the title it says Mobilizers. So it's like, who the hell makes and sells this thing? That's 3 different companies. Which one is it? So yeah, my microphone didn't work, the capture device didn't work, my external hard drive didn't work. The only thing that really was working was my Xbox controller, which again, as I said, I didn't test. It took 2 weeks to get to me. One of the USB hub ports is bent, and can we just look at the size of this USB cable? What am I supposed to, if you had to plug this into the back of your computer and try and loop this around and sit it somewhere, that's not happening. You'd probably have to plug this into a fucking USB extension first, which is already that's already a hassle. And also, a further thing of note, on the end here, that I'm pretty sure this is a port for an external power supply. Did this come with an external power supply? No, it did not. I'm pretty sure that is an external power supply thing. I can try to see if I can find an external power supply that has the right attachment on the end of it, but and try to see if it works. But if I let's take a look at my plug socket situation. That's quite busy also. That's all occupied space. And there's yet another one over there, and as you can see, I think there's one free at the top, but that's because I just haven't plugged one of those 2 sockets that are just lying on the ground there in. So that wouldn't be very convenient. So all around, it took ages to get to me. One of the ports is busted. None of my devices worked properly. The only thing that worked correctly were the LED panels, which did in fact light up, and the switches are fairly clicky and satisfying. But overall, it was just rubbish. So I give this a shit ass out of fuck you.